Nor Black Nor White is a clothing label and creative house here to explore the gray space of culture via handmade Indian textiles. It was a trip to Gujarat, a northern state in India, at which time my business partner Amrit Kumar and I met the Khatris, a Bandhani tie-dye artisanal family that basically changed our life. It was that union that instigated the core values of how we built Nor Black Nor White, keeping crafts, community, color, and culture at the core of our value system and process. People finally seem to be waking up with a sense of urgency around sustainable living and practices. Before the value system can be redesigned, we believe it needs to be redefined. What is the current definition of success? Rapid growth seems to be the contemporary capitalistic model that has been driving this idea of success, and it's taken a little too long to realize that it's simply not working or true. What are the non-negotiables to a sustainable, holistic practice to create the backbone of the future of a successful industry? This urgently needs to be redefined. How many contracts were canceled during this pandemic? To thousands of factories that provide the livelihood of millions of workers. We were nervous at the thought of not being able to raise the income in a time where the world was shutting down. However, we were blessed to learn that our community really came through for us. It was a pre-order model that we ended up putting out in June, at which time people didn't know exactly when they would be able to receive their goods. It blew our minds how many people supported this model just to keep supporting our work because they have been educated about our process since the very beginning. If our small business can see glimpses of success in this model, in a time when we thought no one would really care, we know that the challenge isn't the customers aren't willing to wait, but it's the companies that are creating false expectations of faster being better, cheaper being the status quo. Diversity desperately needs to be redefined. Diversity and representation is crucial to reflecting the real people with the purchasing power for this industry. And this simply cannot be a token or trend in a marketing campaign. Experiencing the outright racism that we have faced in the global trade show circuit, where retail buyers have had no time or space or interest to learn about emerging designers from the global south, have told us that we would do a little bit more better if we used white models in our lookbooks and presentations and tone down the ethnic patterns and colors in our textiles and presentation. It was these lessons that we learned that truly carved out why we are here and what we are here to do. Sustainability, the hottest new trend in fashion. The terms need to be defined from all the people that are actually part of this process, and not just the people who have access to these type of panels or who are sitting in boardrooms. If something is truly sustainable, every single part of that cycle being affected needs a voice to help carve out a clearer solution on the path to sustainability. How we create and who we create with is essential to aligning with our values. This acts as a microcosm of how we move in this world. Within our own families, communities, the environment, this industry, and a planet at large. Treating people and nature with dignity and respect. Every day, leading with empathy, paying fair wages, celebrating the lineage of skill and craftsmanship, true diversity, and creating a working environment of care while operating with nothing but love. are just the basics of what we believe should be including in redefining new models of success, holistic, sustainable practices and living, and based on a true value system for us and the planet.